We are now at a point to where women are being cornered and forced into having to approach and pursue men. Now, mind y'all, for a very long time, a lot of women argued against this. This is something that is considered to be masculine, something that is considered to be degrading and demeaning for a woman to do, all because we were taught and indoctrinated to have a man chase you. Now, notice I said chase, okay? And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. But we have to break this down. For a very long time, women were taught to have a man to chase her. What does that mean? That means make it seem as though you are hard to get. You are not something that is an easy feat, if you will. So if ever a man has any kind of interest in you, make sure that you are putting up as many obstacles as possible to make it difficult for him to, I don't know, catch you. It's really, really silly when you think about it, okay? And very childish. Like, who has time to chase and catch somebody? Like, please, we are not playing freeze tag. If you like somebody, let them know. And what made it so much more of a childish thing to me is because of the fact of it being this instance of women not only making men chase her if he again found some kind of liking or interest in her, but even if she liked him back, you still make that man jump through hoops and loops of fire because again, you are the prize. And it made things 1,000 times worse when women started to introduce into a man's, I guess, chasing or pursuit of her, this thing of if she did not like him, filing false charges on him, false claims on him, and really beating him down, tearing him down, and just making a whole scene out of nothing. If I don't like you, oh, baby, I'm calling Me Too. I'm calling the police. I'm going to blast you on social media, call you a creep. As a matter of fact, I'll even go as far as ridiculing you to your face. I'll tell you, boy, please, why are you talking to me? Why are you in my face? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Don't you know you're too short? Don't you know you're too ugly? Don't you know you're too dusty? Like all these things. And so now we are in a position to where men in general are like, forget it. I'm not ever going to pursue a woman, let alone chase her, please. I'm never going to talk to a woman, pay a woman a compliment. Like it is that bad, you all. Women have cried wolf so much that men don't even want to touch a woman, compliment a woman, date a woman, be in a relationship with a woman, settle down with a woman, nothing. Okay. And when I'm saying touch, I'm not talking about like that. I'm just talking about in regards of, being flirtatious, whatever. And it's so bad, you all, also, as if it can get any worse, but it's so bad also, you all, that if you are dating a woman, she'll make it a big scene if you make any kind of advance at her. Let's say that you want to touch her hand, hold her hand. Let's say that you want to give her a kiss on the cheek, whatever. That's wrong, bad, alert, red flag. And so now men are in this mode of just not even wanting to get involved with women because it could actually be a hazard and a danger to him. Not only a danger to him as far as his freedom, men can get locked up and all that, but to his character, to how he's perceived in the world, so it's all these different components going into this that is really just making it a whole hazard and hassle for a man to do anything with a woman today. And so now the men have left the playing field and it is on the women to quote unquote chase and pursue these men. And dare I say that I told y'all that this day would come. Oh, yes, I did. It's only a matter of time. But again, the women were like, oh, no, we never do that. We never do this. Well, now you have no other choice but to do this and do that because y'all keep creating the very outcomes and situations that y'all complain about. You didn't want a man to talk to you. Now that they're not, it's a problem. You didn't want a man to flirt with you. Now that they don't, it's a problem. You don't want a man to try to do anything with you. And now they're not. And it's a problem. And so, ladies, welcome to your world that, again, you created. Okay. Now, first things first, and y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I want to touch base on what is going on. Okay. So, this is a study that was done on a lot of the men of today's world, and a lot of interesting things were revealed. Let's listen to this. Okay. And again, like the video, share the video, and subscribe. This is why a lot of the women of today are having to pursue men.
Study on date psychology recently revealed that 48% of men 26 to 40 years old have not approached women in the past year, and 60% of men aged 18 to 25 said they haven't. In the entire data set, 30% of men said they never approached a woman in person before. Ever.
They actually went into the reasoning behind these men not going and speaking to women. And I believe the list was scared of rejection, scared of like an HR response or being reported or Me Too'd in some way, shape, or form, not being successful, and just not feeling the need to walk up to women anymore was also one of the many answers that men gave on the list of reasons why they no longer approach women. So it's interesting out there.
Very interesting out there. Now, she gave a whole little list as far as why a lot of the men are not, choosing to pursue women, date women, talk to women, so on and so forth. But the thing that stood out most to me was not only the possibility of a Me Too situation, but the other thing as far as the men feeling no need to do so. It's like, no, I'm good. And that is a sentiment that I am hearing echoed throughout all the time. It's like, for what? Talk to women for what? Be with a woman for what? Like, it's no value to women of today. Now, sure, a lot of men will acknowledge the fact that there may be a handful of women out there that are worthy enough of him talking to her, having an interaction, and so on and so forth. But again, the climate is just so hazardous for men that men don't even want to talk to those women, because you don't know what you're going to get if you do approach that woman. So it's just this very sticky and tricky situation that men are just fleeing from, leaving the responsibility to a lot of women. Because here's the thing, and we have more clips we're going to get into in a second, but y'all like the video, okay? Here's the thing. The women, the women are the ones who, again, not only created these environments for these men, but now y'all are in a position to where you have to face the very things that a lot of the men had to face. And I don't think that women can handle it. We can't handle being in a man's shoes. Y'all heard the list of reasons why a lot of the men are not approaching the women of today. Fear of rejection, what else? Not feeling good enough, being unsuccessful, so on and so forth. So that is something that the women are going to have to experience as well. Now, luckily for us, men will take into account and consideration our feelings a lot more than we would do for them. But nonetheless, that is what y'all have to do now. The men are backing out. So it's so many different things going into this, and I just don't know if y'all can really handle it. In addition to that, a lot of these women are feeling kind of forced to have to be the initiator as far as the pursuit of men, because let's face it, a lot of the women out there are struggling. We're struggling with our female nature as far as needing companionship and love and support. We're struggling financially with the world being what it is today. So on all fronts, yeah, it is something that is beneficial for a woman to do as far as pursuing a man, because you need him. You need his love. You need his companionship. You need his help. You need his guidance. You need his leadership. You need everything that is associated and attached to a man, pun intended. So while it's this thing of a lot of men not really caring, the women do. Okay, y'all are feeling the effects way harder and stronger than these men ever are, which is why a lot of the men are backing out. They don't need you. And for so long, a lot of the women have said, I don't need a man. I'm strong and I'm independent. I can do better myself. And now those men are adopting those same traits and lifestyles and mentalities of a lot of the women. I can do bad by myself. So in order for me to even get involved with a woman, she has to be exceptional. And so now men are looking for exceptional women, and a lot of the women are just not measuring up. And it's very, very sad for me because I recently came across a comment in my comment section on our video that we did the other day. And he pretty much said in a nutshell, look, I have a beautiful niece and she's not finding a man whatsoever. She has a lot of great characteristics, a lot of great qualities, but the men are just not caring. And here's the thing. It could be an instance of your niece or women that you care about being good catches, but because of the climate, they just don't want to approach them. They don't want the hassle and the headache. Like I said, it's a hazard. Okay. That alliteration. It's a hassle, a headache, and a hazard for a lot of these men to deal with these women. And so those of you out there who may be quote unquote good catches as far as you being a quality, beautiful woman that has a lot of things to offer to a man, well, you're probably going to have to approach those men if you want one. All right. And a lot of y'all do. Okay. Y'all want these men. Y'all need these men. Y'all desire these men. And so for that brother in my comment section, you're probably going to have to be a good uncle and encourage your niece to go after what she wants, because that's the world that we are in today. And like I said earlier, the women have made it this way. So it is what it is. But let's continue. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And let's get into this new world of women approaching the men. Hold on. Let's take it back. Did y'all see the caption? It says dapping up teens at Black on the Block Dallas. So I'm going to be honest. I'm loving seeing the women, especially my sisters, take the initiative, drop the ego, get out of this whole mode of I am the prize and a man needs to chase me. Like, stop. Okay. We are grown. This is 2025. We have no time for the shenanigans. Okay. And like I always say, I've always been an advocate for a woman, sparking some kind of conversation with a man, approaching a man. Nothing was ever wrong with that. My only thing was always making sure that it was a mutual pursuit. So if you talk to this man and you notice that the energy is off and he's not really vibing with you like that or liking you like that, abort mission. Okay. But if he's giving you some play, yeah, go ahead. See where it goes and flows, because you never know. And I've seen countless comments. I'll put a few of them on the screen of women saying, hey, I did this and now I'm happily married and I got a baby on the way, so on and so forth. Me, myself, I was the one to initiate conversation with my husband, and here we are almost 15 years later thriving. So ladies, don't sleep on approaching men that you find to be attractive, that you find to be of quality and substance, and, seeing what happens after the fact. But let's look at this, because this is very, very new. Okay, let's blow this up. And I may mute it because it is music in the back, although I did do my best to try to, tweak it. But let's just see what's going on. She says, dapping up teens at Black on the Block Dallas. So this is a Black woman approaching Black men, letting them know, hey, I find you to be hot. You're attractive. I like you. You're handsome. What up? And ladies, y'all are going to have to match her energy. Okay, because this is what y'all got to do now. All right. Okay, so just giving people handshakes and side hugs, and okay, y'all gonna have to do this, ladies. It is what it is. But I just find it to be very interesting how things have changed. And let's peep some game here. Let's do some observations. Do you see how these men are lighting up? These men are flattered. It's like, oh, wow, a woman actually acknowledging me, a woman actually trying to engage with me. Like, that's a beautiful thing. I don't think a lot of women understand how that could be attractive to a man. Like, oh, okay, I like this. She's a woman that is confident. She's a woman that is assertive. That could be kind of sexy on a woman, a woman going after the man that she wants. Like, yeah, y'all let me know though, fellas. Is it a turn off for you for a woman to approach you? Do you not like that? Do you feel like that's your place and your job as a man to do that? Let me know. But from what I can see, a lot of the brothers like it. A lot of the men, they're open to it. Okay. Especially with the climate. But let's continue to look. Okay. So she's approaching these men, giving them handshakes and hugs and dap. Okay. And they're loving it, y'all. Look at the smiles. She's even shaking the dog's hand. Wait a minute. Now, we got to peep the game here. And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Let's peep some game, you all. These women are so, and dare I say thirsty. I'm going to say thirsty, sis, and I'm so sorry, okay? Women today are so thirsty and in a drought that they are even going above and beyond shaking your dogs and your puppies' hands, fellas, okay? Oh, how the tables have turned, baby. She's like, oh, let me introduce myself to your dog. What's your dog's name? Like, it is that real outside, y'all. So these women are like, man, screw that. Y'all been telling us, oh, you're a prize. Don't approach no man. Don't talk to no man. Don't do this with no man. They're like, man, not only am I going to talk to the man, I'm going to dap up his dog too. All right. I'm going to approach the dog too. It's like that. But let's continue because there is more. Because women are becoming more and more comfortable with the idea of approaching men because men are not doing it anymore. And let's face it, like I said, we need the men way more than they need us. So, ladies, buckle up.
How to shoot your shot at a man. Ladies, it's 2025. The man of your dreams is not just going to fall out of the sky, especially if you never leave the house. Is he supposed to find you through Google Maps? The man you want is one DM away, or he might be right across the room from you when you're out. But because he didn't approach you first, you're just going to let him slip away? I think not. We're going after what we want this year and not settling for the scumbags that do want us.
Oh.
Here are 3 ways to shoot your shots. If you see a fine-ass man in public, run him down. You're going to head on with it. I just think you're so handsome. I hope you have a great day. Then walk off. You're going to spark his interest off bat. Because how often do men get complimented, let alone approached? He going to be like, damn, this girl bold as fuck. But don't be too thirsty. I'm not telling you to sweep a nigga off his feet. You're just giving him a little assist so that he can dunk the ball.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, sis is a little bit aggressive. I think it's a difference between being assertive and being aggressive. She a little aggressive. She like, yeah, you want him? Go get him. You know, we ain't got time for this. Like, girl, please. You know, it's only one DM away. So it could be a little bit aggressive, but I mean, I do feel like she has the right idea. Okay. Doing what she's telling y'all to do is way better than what y'all are getting approached with and met with today. So, hey, you know, but I would say to maybe dial it down a little bit, not do too much, because you don't want a man to be like, you know, and so, yeah, so, but let's continue to hear what she has to say, and y'all like the video.
Now the ball is in his court. If he doesn't ask for your number, then he's scary as fuck. And that ain't the nigga we want anyway. But if he follows you or tries to keep the conversation going, you bagged him. Number 2, shoot that shot in the DMs. You need to be pulling up like Steph Curry got a twin sister. You don't have to do the most. Hard eyes will go a long way. Don't be in his DMs being too freaky. Talk about his face looks like a seat. You're scaring the hoes. Be a fucking lady. Now, if you're scared to walk down on a nigga, here's a third option. Just stare at him. But you need to be looking at him like you're taking his clothes off with your eyes.
I don't know about her approach though. Like I said, I feel like it's the right idea, wrong approach. I feel like she's a little bit aggressive. Like, fellas, y'all let me know, would it turn you on for a woman to look at you like she's like undressing you? Like, yeah, I wonder what that eggplant hit for. Yeah, I wonder what that banana split for. Like, I just don't know. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe men like aggressive women when it comes to approaching them and, you know, going after them. Like, maybe that makes you all feel wanted and desired, sexy. I don't know, but she was a lie. And then she was dropping F-bombs and stuff. Now, let's be clear, your little big sis, I got a little bit of a potty mouth myself. I'll be trying to watch out though. But sis was just a little much for me. It was a little much for me. I don't feel like women should carry that energy per se. But the thought process, yeah. Okay. The thought process, yeah. Now, something that I did appreciate about what she said was that, hey, we're going after what we want now. You know, it's 2025. It's a new day and age. I think as women, we should pursue the men that we see value in instead of just allowing the scumbags that are just trash to shoot their shots and then just going with them by default, all because he was the one who approached us. Like, no, screw that. Let's broaden our horizons and go after the men who are of real quality, because here's the kicker to it. A lot of the men who are great candidates and great catches to be maybe boyfriends, husbands, fathers of our children, great providers, protectors, everything of that sort, they are going to be the ones who are a lot more skeptical about approaching women due to them having a lot to lose, right? So I don't want to make the wrong move or read a situation wrong and have it backfire on me, all because I was trying to be a gentleman or I was trying to do the quote unquote masculine thing. But in all actuality, again, the climate that we're in is just not conducive for it. You know, so a lot of those guys who do have things to lose, they're going to be a lot more hesitant to approach you because they don't want to say or do the wrong thing. Now, do you still have men who approach women? Absolutely. They'll shake your hand, they'll compliment you, so on and so forth. But again, you all, I can't blame, and you can't blame a lot of the men of today for not doing it based upon the high possibility of them just having things backfire on them, you know? So I do like that she said that. And I also like that she said that, you know, men don't get a lot of compliments. So if you walk up to a man and you say that he's handsome or you compliment his smile or whatever, that can just completely separate you from all of the other women, because women don't do that. So that can actually be something that makes a man interested in you and intrigued by you because you are unique, you are different, you know? And so I liked the things that she had to offer. I just didn't like the way that she offered it. Did that make sense? I don't know. It was just like, oh yeah, you know, run him down. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Run him down? Like, I don't think you should run a man down, but yeah, let him know that you like him, sure. But maybe again, I'm wrong. Maybe men like that. Let's ask, okay, fellas, if this lady approached you, right, or a lady that you find to be attractive, so on and so forth, if a lady that you found to be attractive approached you on some real heavy energy, like real bossed up, yeah, you my man and you fine and you sexy, like if she did that to you, like would you be enticed and intrigued and turned on? Or would it be an instance of you feeling a little bit scared? Put a 2 in the chat if you would like it. Put a 1 in the chat if it's like, nah, the approach has to be right. Okay, let me know. Put a 3 if you're a little bit unsure. You know, it's like maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. Let me know, okay? But I would prefer you all to put 1s or 2s. That way the women can have a definite answer as far as what they should and should not do. But y'all let me know. But yeah, it's a brand new world you are, and the men have completely flipped the script once again, and the women are taking notice of it. You know, they're having to place themselves in a new position of going after what they want and pursuing men and initiating. And again, nothing was ever wrong with that. I feel like this is a good thing and it will help you out in the long run. But who knows? Maybe a lot of the women will know what it's like to be turned down and ridiculed and embarrassed. I don't know. I hope not. But if you do, can you be mad? I don't know. I don't know, because y'all been doing it for decades. You know, get out my face. You too short. What if the men tell you, oh, get out my face? You're too skinny. Get out my face. You too thick. You too big. You too tall. You too short. You too loud. Like, I don't know. But I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next dope discussion. I look forward to see what you got to say about this. Shout out and kudos to the confident ladies out there who are pursuing the men and going after what they want. And I hope that it all works out for you, okay? But we're going to see what the men have to say in the comment sections about this. And yeah, I'm going to catch y'all in the next dope discussion. Much love and peace to my crown heads.